What's up, Starcraft fans? You're watching a co-op mission. I am CTG, and we're gonna do Stukov this time. Now, if you haven't read the patch notes, you might not notice, but Stukov has been buffed. Yeah, he's been buffed. Now, the map will be Missed Opportunities, my favorite map, and the objective here will be to guide Stetman's bots to the Terrazine and escort them back and keep them alive, basically. So my ally will of course be a Handed Hoarder player, since yeah, it's still the time when people are leveling him up, or them up. But anyway, the slime trail for the Diamondbacks have been buffed as the damage output, so the slime trails are actually going to be better versus enemies when you kite them back. But the even bigger news is that the siege tanks, the siege tanks from 13 range have been buffed to 18 range. That's insane. There's of course no other choice for me but to try that out for myself, just to see how good Stukov's siege tanks are after the patch. Of course, I will go for a command center first. Now, Starcraft is a game of management. When you choose to go for a command center first as this commander, you will have access to more SCVs and therefore more money as the game goes on. And when you have more money, you'll have more units. So yeah, that's the inherent advantage of going for economy first. So I started barracks next, so since I will need units anyway, and that'll be important for my later technology tree. I'll of course be getting the infested as Stukov. You can see Stukov is clearly infested focused, so I'm going to be focusing on bunkers. Stukov's bunkers again produce free units, and I will add on siege tanks later. For those who don't know, since I haven't been playing Stukov's mech a lot, it looks like the enemy will be proud. As you can see, my overlord can scout them. So I will now run my overlord back, so it won't die to the first wave. Barracks is done. I'll move it here, and I'll start this this infested colonist compound upgrade, which increases the number of infested spawns. That means I'll have more units, and more units means more power for Stukov. I will infest this command center so that broodlings will spawn out of it, and I will manually target the broodlings onto these rocks. Now for those who are new, I want to kill these rocks so I can move my infested command center closer, so I can have more access to minerals and to make me harvest faster. Of course, that's standard for any commander. Regardless of which commander you are, you want to clear out the things blocking your expansion and take your expansion building as close as possible. Okay, so I'll use an Apocalypse here to clear out the enemies, and it'll clear out at spawn without even attacking them. So I'll clear out the enemies here, guarding the. And you can see the purple thing there is the Terrazine. That's where the bots will head, and I will want to clear them out as early as possible to give the bots of Stetman the best chance of not being damaged. Of course, they can take some damage, but it's of course preferable to have them take no damage at all. Okay, this engineering bay upgrade will allow me to get more upgrades, and more upgrades means better units. Okay, so once I take this expansion, I will want to prioritize getting as many SCVs as possible. You can see there's a little number at the top that indicates how many workers there are, and you want to fill that up as fast as possible to ensure that you are operating at optimal efficiency. My ally is gonna crash a space station on top of it, and that is fine. I mean, I could use some units cleared out, but my ally is there. This is co-op after all, so we're gonna let him do some of that work in the early game, at least. In the late game, we're gonna do our best to clear out everything by ourselves as much as possible, because let's face it, Stukov is flat out the strongest commander, the strongest, bar none. Okay, so I'll have that bunker attack those rocks again, since I want to take the gas, and the gas allows me to unlock and build the higher tier units. And for Stukov, we do have the option to go just mass bunkers and nothing else, because Stukov's bunkers spawn free units, and the more free units you have, the more you're able to outlast the enemy, regardless of what income you have. Okay, you see the Alexander here. This battlecruiser called the Alexander also spawns free units. That's crazy.
ask how I know that.
Okay.
I just do.
I'm gonna start a factory here and get some more upgrades to make my infested even stronger. The reason I'm rushing out the upgrades for Stukov is because they will be permanent once you have them up and running. Looks like the Alexander was able to clear out this base all by himself. Yeah, that's really how powerful Stukov is. Although in fairness to other commanders like Kerrigan, for example, can clear it out by herself. Nova can clear it out by herself. Yeah, but yeah, Raynor with his Hyperion can clear it out by himself. But yeah, Stukov does have that option to clear it out with his own Alexander. Okay, now that I've saturated this base, I will no longer need to worry about saturating my base. So that's one advantage you have. If you focus on economy first, you will no longer need to worry about getting your economy, because Starcraft is a game of managing everything all at once. And when you get things done earlier, you will no longer need to look at it for co-op at least. Looks like the enemy will be a gateway composition. That means Zealots and Stalkers. Later on, they will have Colossus and High Templar and Archons. So that's actually excellent. This is an excellent choice for siege tanks. So I will do just that. I will mass siege tanks this game. And you can see on the top right, I have available minerals and gas. I will want to keep those as low as possible by building units, because the lower I keep them, that means the more efficient I am with my mineral bank. Now, the bank is something that you don't want to pull. You don't want to have too many of it until the late game when you have maxed out supply, and supply is the number. You can see that there's a fraction in the top right corner, and the maximum of that is 200. When you have 200 over 200, that means you are maxed out. You are no longer able to build any units. That means your commander is as powerful as he ever gets. Now let's move our barracks here. For Infested and Terran, you do have the option of switching around your tech labs onto your other production structures. I'm already done with the attack lab for the barracks. I will no longer need it, so I've switched my factory on it. Okay, this will be an attack wave. You can see on the minimap on the lower left. There's a red dot coming from the top. It's blinking. It's heading for our forces. It comes from moving. You can see what the enemy wave is. You can see that it's Zealots. Okay, so we will need to stop that. Looks like my ally is on top of it. It's very nice of him. He will be able to clear out a bunch of that, but we will still infest our structure to make sure that the enemy does not destroy any of our things, because the more we can preserve our units, the faster they will scale up. Because if we lose units, we'll need to, if we lose units rather, the units we will build will replace them rather than add to them. We want to keep adding to them to add to our power. My ally uses his top bar called the fleet thing. Okay, Han and Horror are still pretty new, so I'm not familiar with I haven't memorized what their top bars are called yet. I know that one's space station reallocation because it rhymes. Anyway, yeah, looks like my ally's gonna take care of this bonus. The bonus will be to destroy that Terrazine thingy and free the glider. And it looks like he will be successful. And now, you will remember that earlier I used my Alexander to clear out this area, and now my bunkers will be able to move free, unhindered, and take a defensive posture at this location. And that is the beauty of clearing out the enemy bases early. So now we will wait for the next wave. Okay, looks like the enemy wave is approaching, and it will be heading for this base. We'll use an infestation and Apocalypse to clear this out quickly. And just mash them, just mash them, enemies. And let's use our Apocalypse. We don't want to have our Apocalypse just standing idle. It's time-based, so it will expire. So we might as well use it to provide whatever value it can. And speaking of value, let's use Alexander as well, because even though this is not a big wave, one thing that newer co-op players will miss out or will not understand is that if you keep banking your top bars, if you save them like a panic button, you will not use them optimally because they're timer based. That means if you just keep using them, you'll be able to use them more times over time. For example, in a game like this, it will go for 30 minutes, and the cooldown for the Apocalypse is 5 minutes or something. I forgot the exact cooldown. I think it's 3 minutes or 5. But yeah, assuming you have a cooldown of 5 minutes, in a 30-minute game, if you use every cooldown, you will be able to use it 6 times. Whereas if you use it every big wave, you will be able to use it 3 times. So you will not optimize. Oh, look at that range. Look at that range of the siege tanks. They're so strong now. Looks like I have a new composition for Stukov, boys. Siege tanks with bunkers. Seems to be, so far, the way to go for Stukov. And you can see that I'm starting to bank up more gas. And now the rule of thumb is, you don't want to let it get to 4 digits unless you're playing a Nova. And yeah, if you just keep building siege tanks, you will eventually have a very powerful army of super long range units. And it looks like LB's supply blocked here. That's not good, obviously, because that'll prevent me from building units. I mean, I can still build buildings and get upgrades, but I will need to unsupply block myself to be able to get more units. Okay, it looks like there will be another enemy wave heading in from the northeast. And you can see that I don't even need to have my siege tanks over there. Okay, let's move them anyway. You can see how you can see the siege tanks in the back are able to fire because of the 18 range. And the enemy is not even able to get close, because the rest of my infantry is rallying in for free. Of course, the way for this renew, the way I move my units around, I just use the psi emitter on the top bar, or I use the hotkey. That is one, for me at least. That is my hotkey. You can use any hotkey you want, but for me, I use that particular one. So I'll move my bunkers so I can defend the next waves as they approach, and clear out this area here. We were just clearing out, we've already cleared the 5th guy's respawns, so we're now just clearing out the enemy base, and that's gonna make this map look a lot cleaner once the game ends. And again, you just want to be making units as much as possible. Just keep making units until you hit that 200 supply, and that is one of the keys. It's called macro. That's one of the keys you need to become a good Starcraft player. Again, I'm doing all this if you were new stuff because Starcraft has recently become free to play. That means there will be a lot of new players streaming, and a reminder for those who have been playing co-op a lot, you need to be tolerant. We want to keep as many people playing as possible because that's going to shorten our queue times. And that's going to mean more people to play with, and eventually more people who will be good at the game and will help us out in the future mutations. But yeah, for those who are new, welcome to Starcraft, basically. Anyway, we will want to get the max supply as early as possible. Oh, looks like my ally is going to use his top bar again. Oh, that's awesome. I wonder where he used it though. Oh, looks like he used the... Oh wow, he used his top bar here at the bonus. We will need to help him out here though, because the top bar alone will not be enough to clear that out. We do have a bit of time. We do have our top bars ready. The Alexander is going to be ready soon. Okay, let's use the Alexander.
Don't let them do that.
Yeah, that will... You can see the Alexander does mind control the areas that it captures. That means we're not only going to have the Alexander, but we're also going to have... Look at that siege tank range. It's firing it so far. Okay, this may be a bit placebo effect. I mean, that siege tank did look a little bit like it was firing from its normal range of 12 or 13 rather. But yeah, look at that. That is definitely a lot more than that 13 range. Those siege tanks in the back in particular are firing from further away than the original siege tanks could. That makes me really happy. Because not even Swan siege tanks can fire that far. That is insane. Alright, looks like our infested loader will be able to clear out that bonus. I love co-op, by the way. I love co-op. We're able to max out. You can see at the top right, we're starting to bank minerals and gas, and that is fine for once, because we have reached the maximum supply as Stukov. All we need to do now is clear out all the enemies, so we can now focus on our micro. And we don't even need to do much micro, because look, those siege tanks take out the enemies. They aren't even able to do any bit of damage to my bunkers because the infested that spawn surround them and the siege tanks finish them off. That is crazy.
Enemies are heading for
I definitely think that Blizzard went out of their way to make the strongest commander even stronger.
Our forces have opened fire.
And I won't complain. I love that. I love that aspect of Stukov. Especially in the late game, there will be no other commander who's as strong as Stukov. Now let's spawn, or let's camp these next these bases, but to clear out the last of the enemy's buildings.
My bots are safe and sound. Do you do this
Okay,
sort of thing often?
let's move some more of our bunkers. So the last set of geysers will spawn at 4 locations, and you can see we are already camping them. So that as soon as the enemy spawns, we're going to be able to take them out with ease. Okay, let's move our siege tanks over here to help them to help our infantry take out the enemy buildings. And I don't even, you can see that I don't even care what my allies do. You can see he's sort of in the middle of the map doing something. Whereas I'm active clearing out the rest of the enemy's bases.
Good news,
Okay,
commanders. My bots have brought
let's
me
move our
cheers.
siege tanks here
Well, it's good news for me.
to finish off the rest of these buildings.
Look at all
And for most, we're going to unroute because
kerosene, and it's
the deep tunnel is on cooldown. And for those who don't know,
I need just a
siege tanks have this
tiny bit
ability
more,
called
commanders.
deep tunnel that allows me to teleport basically to any location on the map. Uh oh, we need to move them away though. Alright, that should be safe enough. Anyway, let's move our bunkers forward. Since those shoot up,
Have engaged the enemy.
that means we'll be able to take out air units. Let's move
These are the
some of our
last
bunkers
the geysers, the last of their kind,
here.
all alone in the depths of space.
Yeah, the 4 spawns are here on the top bases and on the east base that I camped. That means anywhere the enemy spawns, I'll have them covered. Okay, let's have some bunkers here in a tight formation so that the zealots that spawn will not be able to get a complete surround on our bunkers. Okay, oh, looks like there are a couple buildings here, a Templar Archives and a pylon. Let's finish off those. Okay. Let's move our siege tanks over here so that they'll be able to provide additional firepower to our bunkers, as if the bunkers need even more power. Okay, let's move these
Bots are leaving, and I didn't
there.
pack them a refueling cell.
Yeah, there. That seems like a good idea. That seems like a good spot. So the last of the bots is rolling out.
Our SCVs are
Okay,
under
there's
fire.
going to be enemies
After
spawning
my
there.
bots. Who's
And I
stopping
don't even
commanders?
care, I just... Are the siege tanks able to fire? Okay, looks like that is not quite within range of the siege tanks.
Base is under attack.
You can see the immortals that are supposedly good against armored units and structures, like my bunkers, are completely surrounded. That means they will not be able to kill off any of my units. That means I'll be sitting pretty
Allied forces
at
are
max
under
supply.
attack.
Look at that. Oh, I did lose some units, so I'll need
We're
to
at
remake.
maximum supply.
Yeah, that's the deal when you're at max supply. You just need to watch your supply counter and replace your units as soon as they fall, so that you will be able to maintain your maximum power output. Let's move our siege tank a little further back, since they do have that range, so we might as well maximize it.
The enemy.
You can see, as soon as the enemy spawns, they're completely surrounded and infested, and they're not able to do anything. They're completely shut down. You can even see my siege tank is able to fire from the side,
Our forces have engaged the enemy.
and you can sort of see that my allies sort of just standing around,
Under attack.
running around the harvesting bots without doing anything. That is fine by me because I'm able to clear out all these enemies by my own. And even though co-op is a cooperative game, you will benefit from having an ally. It's always better if you can complete the map on your own. That means you will no longer need to rely on your ally, and subsequently, no matter how bad your allies are,
The bots should be on their
you
way
can
back.
carry the game on your own.
I need to
And that is obviously better since you will be able to help out bad allies, as well as keep your win rates high. There are even a bunch of players here in co-op who do basically speedrun. They speedrun for fun, and that means a lot of rerolling because some enemies are better than others,
Our base is under attack.
and that is fine. And that's what they want, but my preferred playing style is just win every game, so Not a lot of speedrunning for me. I will try some more solo runs at times, where my ally will do completely nothing, not even provide me buffs like Guardian Show or Chrono Boost.
Our base is under attack.
Yeah, but for now, I'm just trying out the new abilities, and they're working out quite well for me. GG. That will be the last of the bots. We're just waiting for the last bot to head to the to base, and that will end the game. Now, yeah, there's really nothing for me to do now. I'm floating 12,000 minerals. Nothing really to build since I'm maxed out. Let's just move our siege tanks back, just because we can. Yeah. So waiting for that last bot. So based on that game, I can say that the siege tanks are in. Oh, look at that though. Are we getting free money of our infested? Oh wow. Okay, so Han and Horner have this ability called salvage. When any of our ally units die, we get the free. They spawn minerals that we are able to pick up. It looks like, in this case, our free units spawn free money. That might have helped me a lot. That might help me a lot since I get more minerals. And if you enjoyed that, thank you for watching. If you have an idea for what else you can do, please leave that in a comment. And let's see the score screen. We will see. Oh, never mind. Looks like it broke here. Oh well, see you.